You get stale.
Popcorn.
You forget about things like stale.
Popcorn, stale popcorn.
Popcorn.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. I'm your host, Steven, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Krista Boots with the Fur. How you doing, buddy?
Whoa, I'm doing well. Pirates of the Cara, Steven.
Ooh, well, very good, very good.
Thank you. I've been stewing on that a while.
Nice, I like it. How you been, boy?
I've been well, just having fun, hanging out, working, twerking, smirking, in that order.
In that order, nice.
How about you, Steve?
My body's seen better days, I tell you what. Recently returned from Taco Bell.
Oh.
Got a itchin', got a craving.
Oh, the Hunter?
Ooh, yeah. No, I just got like a normal, like a little meal. And I made the mistake of getting it's like a Baja Blast ice chili slushy type deal. Poison.
Poison.
Straight poison. It would annihilate a bloody 18th century English boy in the food we eat today, I tell you what. Anyway, you got some news for me, Chris, or would you like me to start?
Yeah, I got some news here.
Right.
Nothing crazy, but Josh Allen, you heard of him?
Football player.
How do you know that?
Oh, just because he was in the news recently. He was engaged.
With whom?
Haliee Steinfeld. Is that
yeah,
right?
That's right. You stole the news right out of my mouth, Steve. Don't ever do that again. You hear?
All right.
This is a threat. Yeah, he's engaged to Haliee Steinfeld. What a cute couple. The new...
Brangelina? No.
Well, it's an athlete.
They're
Kim
the new-
Kardashian and that one basketball player, Chris Humphries.
Pete Davidson. Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor and Travis.
Who's OJ dating these days? Someone, no. Moana 2 opens with $386 million worldwide. Highest opening for an animated film worldwide. Biggest Thanksgiving opening in the U.S. ever.
Ooh-wee. Movie we'll be talking about later. Look forward to that.
And this whole Thanksgiving, this has been the highest grossing Thanksgiving weekend ever for movies with $422 million domestically.
Wow.
So domestically, Moana 2, $221 million. Wicked, $117 million. Gladiator 2, $44 million.
Wow,
Over
good
30
numbers.
million people in the U.S. went to the movie theater during this Thanksgiving break.
The theater is back, baby.
Yes. Ridley Scott says there will certainly be a Gladiator 3.
It's going to be hard to come up with an original story since they kind of redid the first one. What are they going to do now?
I think in 20 years they're going to do Lucius's boy comes back, Draco. And he's going to have to save because the whole thing goes up in arms. And yeah, that's my guess of what's going to happen.
Very good. Question for you, Christopher. What would you say would be like an effective way to market your movie if you wanted to tell people about an upcoming movie project you got going?
I'd go the Francis Ford and just say this is chaos. No one gets it. If you don't like this, that means you just don't understand. Critics hate this, which means you'll love it. That's what I'd go for.
Sony took a different approach and without warning, without marketing, announcements of any kind, and on a Monday afternoon, the first 8 minutes of Kraven the Hunter was released to the masses.
Ooh, really?
Yes. So you didn't even know about this, did you? No, I did not partake. I want to go in completely Ray Charles, if you know what I mean.
Yes. I hear you.
Yeah, just absolutely dumbfounded that it just on a random. I saw it on my Twitter feed, not even from Sony. It was like some other repost. Aaron Taylor Johnson's like, "Hey guys, I got my new movie out. Could you please here's the first 8 minutes of it. If you want to watch it, that'd be good."
Oh, wow.
People are just like, "Oh yeah, this is
something.
This is something." Is this just a desperate attempt to get excitement going, or do you think people will care about this? I remember a couple movies doing this in the past, like The Dark Knight Rises doing this, but it was in theaters. Do you remember that?
I remember Killers, starring Ashton Kutcher and Katherine Heigl. I think Ashton live streamed the beginning of the movie, and I don't know if you've seen that movie, but everyone hated it. And
it's because they had Ashton Kutcher and Katherine Heigl. And I tell you what.
So, yeah. I hear about it when a movie's been out in theaters for a couple weeks or something. They'll drop like a 5-minute clip or first 7 minutes, but
Mhm.
never a week before. They're trying new things here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to them.
What's the reception of the 7-8 minutes here?
I didn't read too much into it because, again, I want to go in blind, but a lot of the comments were like, I loved it when Kraven turned around and said, it's Kraven time.
Kraven time.
Something
I'm
like
Kraven.
that.
Oh, yeah.
There was a new trailer that was released not too long ago. One of the most anticipated movies from our boy Christopher over here, Snow White, Disney's live-action remake. I know in our personal text, you text me at 4 in the morning, you're like, hey, is Snow White trailer out yet? Is that
I've
a
been
thing?
waiting for this. Like, when are they going to release the first 8 minutes of that?
You're just jonesing. Did you see it?
I am. No, I did not. I'm, just like you, I'm really trying to go in there. I'm one with the Force is with me.
Yeah.
And I don't want no spoilers. I want to be shocked if something happens with an apple, if there's some dwarves there's a sleepy one, there's a dopey one, there's a grumpy one, there's a...
We almost got all of them. Wow.
I need 3 more.
Angry?
The sneezy. Doc. There's a
Gropey.
Doc, and there's
Doc, yeah.
We'll say shy. That's got to be one,
That's
right?
bashful. No, you said bashful. That's it. We did it.
I'll just say that's 7. Yeah, so it'd be crazy if those 7 were there. All I hear about this film is that no one seems to like I assume Snow White.
Yes.
She's kind of acting like a wicked witch or whatever what's the character's name?
Life imitates art,
What's the evil witch? What is her name? Old lady.
Oh, gosh.
Wicked witch, fairest of them all.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not a lot of people like the gal.
A lot of people are hating on this for a couple of reasons, actually. Some people are saying that, like, there's no way Snow White would be the fairest of them all with a haircut like that, looking like Lord Farquaad.
yeah.
But, and then one of the main sentiments is, like, the dwarves, they just look horrible. But
aren't they CGI?
They're fully CGI.
I remember this was supposed to come out like years ago, right, Steve?
Well, I think it's supposed to come out a couple years ago, but the point of contention was there were some set photos released a long time ago of the dwarves, and they were like a diverse cast of, quote, mythical creatures. They're just like regular dudes and gals.
So they're like, we're going to make these mythical and have like an Asian. And
yeah.
Okay. And now they're not, huh?
Well, the internet pulled a Sonic the Hedgehog, and they made him redo it because the internet was up in arms.
So now it's CG.
Now it's CG, but the people were like, why don't you cast dwarves in the dwarves role?
Yeah, I know. Just get 7 Peter Dinklage Parent Trap style.
Exactly. So Disney had to go back and replace all of them with CGI.
Well, that's gotta suck if you're the Asian midget. Like, this was your big break here. Dwarf.
Yeah, there you go.
And
come on.
This was your big break, and then these people get you kicked out. I'd be furious.
There are some dwarf actors that were really mad at that, actually.
I would be, too. I'm like, this is the holy grail.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, if Corridor Crews taught me anything, there's 2 reasons why CGI in movies sucks. It's because of time and money. And
yes. Well, they got plenty of time.
No, they ain't got plenty of time.
What?
No, they didn't have any time because they're like, we got to churn this. They got to restart this whole bloody process.
They had Control X instead of Control C.
Exactly, Christopher.
No Control Z, sadly.
Yeah, but it doesn't look good. I'll force you to watch it for this podcast, but we will not have a good time.
I've had a trend of movies that I'm not the audience for, yet here I am week after week.
Tom Cruise will star in a supernatural thriller titled Deeper, directed by Doug Liman from Edge of Tomorrow. Says the film follows a disgraced astronaut on a deep-sea dive exploring a newly discovered trench. He soon finds himself confronted by a sinister and dangerous force.
Ooh, sounds like The Meg. Have you ever seen that?
With Jason?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, and that one, he's in sea, and they let out this big old Meg spoiler. Megalodon.
Fair enough. So it's just a retelling, but with Tom Cruise and more money, probably.
I guess so, yeah. Well, I like the Edge of Tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll have a good time.
Denis Villeneuve, director of Dune, has shared why he has no interest in directing a Star Wars film. He said, quote, "The problem is that it all derailed in 1983 with Return of the Jedi. It's a very long story, and we're so angry. Still today, the Ewoks. It turned out to be a comedy for kids. Star Wars became crystallized in its own mythology, very dogmatic. It seemed like a recipe, no more surprises. So I'm not dreaming to do a Star Wars because it feels like the code is very codified. So he's just not about it. He wants some creative liberties, question mark?
Well, I think he's just not a kid's film kind of guy. Was it Abram did the last one? He did 7 and 9?
Correct, yeah.
And Ryan did 8.
Yes.
And we got George and Steve doing the rest.
He's better off with Dune anyway.
Yeah, I think
Star Wars or Dune, Chris, which one?
Franchise, I'll take Star Wars. I've seen it more. It's a childhood thing of mine. Better quotes, sand, younglings dying. It's got it all.
All the things you love to see.
Suffering. Yeah, it's got everything.
Very good.
You ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
It's not the story the Jedi would tell you.
I thought not.
Glenn's Corner, where I'm sitting in the corner looking at nothing but a picture of Glenn.
Zendaya, Glenn Powell, Zoe Saldana, Nicole Kidman, Dev Patel, Sydney Sweeney, Josh O'Connor, Danielle Deadweiler, Jonathan Bailey, Lisa Nakuti Gatwa, and Bill Skarsgård for Vanity Fair's holiday issue.
Wow.
They're on the issue. I knew most of the names until it got to Josh O'Connor, and then it was just a bunch of randos. Did you know any of those?
No, I recognize some of them. What's this for? Vanity Fair's best people?
Their Hollywood issue. Just a nice cover pick.
And Glenn's on there, you say?
He's on there.
Ooh, boy.
He's kind of doing that. I don't know if he's sitting on a chair or he's sitting on air, but he's got Zendaya behind him, Nicole Kidman to his left, and I want to say Aldana's kind of creeping up next to him, trying to get close to him, but he's having none of that.
When's the last time you read a magazine?
I haven't read a magazine since '89.
Nobody goes to the dentist office anymore, so I don't know how their printing is still in business.
So good to see he's out there, Vanity.
On the cover of magazines, as he should be.
Is.
Congratulations, Glenn.
Yes. That's all I got, Steve. You got anything for us?
Chris, I got a question for you.
Yes, what's the question?
What you been watching, boy?
I put on a film starring Brendan Fraser.
Encino Man.
No.
Blast from the Past.
No.
The Mummy.
No.
The Mummy Returns.
No.
The Mummy, the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
No.
The Whale.
Yeah, you got
it. Hey, there it is.
You seen it? You heard of it?
I only know the memes of him
just walking
or
like a whale
when he looks up in the light of that one, and when he's putting ranch dressing on his pizza.
Yep, it's got it all. Yeah, I saw that. My wife, she had a crush on Brendan, as a kid. Like, you see him in The Mummy. She's trying to get me to get my hair cut like Brendan in The Mummy and all this. And we both kind of joked it's the year 2000 and you hop in a time machine and you go to 2024 and you see the Whale and Brendan Fraser. That'd be just
quite
such a
jarring,
shock.
Yeah.
Because he plays a very obese whale of a man.
Oh, there it is.
The film itself, it was fine. Kind of a depressing movie about this guy that's fat and he's dying because he's so fat and he's eating the ranch dripping over everything. He's scarfing down chicken and fries.
So basically an average American?
Yeah, just like a normal Tuesday for me, but it was just kind of a look in the mirror here, So that one, I'd probably give it a 3-minute standing O. I didn't regret watching it, but I don't really think I'll ever need to watch it again, but it wasn't bad, but it's not great. So I say stand up, give that 3 minutes. But that's all I seen, Steve. How about yourself?
I watched a couple of things. So I saw a new YouTube channel that's been popping up on my feed more and more lately, and I finally clicked on some videos and just...
Miranda Sings.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Didn't she get canceled or something?
I think so. I don't know.
Let's keep her canceled. How about that? His name is WilliamHBaker, a young filmmaker. It has 200,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube. But essentially,
collab or what?
Oh, heavens. That'd be nice. He's really...
All right, Billy.
Seems like a cool dude. Essentially what his channel is, he recreates iconic shots in movies, but he does it on a shoestring budget. And it's really interesting. If you have any inkling or any interest in how movies are made or want to see it grassroots kind of approach to recreating stuff like that, WilliamHBaker on YouTube. He recreated recently a shot from Dune, and it really just like goes to show how much effort and time and passion is put into movies. He like does these things where you look at a shot and you're like, oh, that should be easy, but then he recreates it and you're like, this is anything but easy. And it just kind of goes into great detail about how everything's done. And it's quite of a learning experience too, Christopher. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
So we'll recommend that one. Also watched a series on the Netflix, Scavengers Reign. You ever hear of it?
It's a cartoon, right? I think I've seen it on the flicks, but I ain't seen it on the flicks.
You should see it on the flicks. It's a HBO Max original, actually, that's on Netflix for some reason. I liked it a lot. It's one of the best shows I've seen this year.
Wow.
For definite. So essentially, without spoiling much, a crew of a space freighter that gets kind of stranded on a planet, and they just try not to die. And it's really good, Christopher. It's, I would say, beautifully haunting. Is how I would put it. Because the planet that they go on, it's very alien in its nature. And when you watch it, you're like, okay, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then an episode later, you're like, okay, no, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I see.
So it has like fantastic world building. And I showed my wife the first episode, and she wasn't really into it, kind of the creepiness. So if you don't really like creepy animation that makes you crawl in your skin a little bit, maybe it's not for you. But I feel like there's a lot to like about it. The creator, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got like a background in like biology or zoology or something, because some of the stuff that happens there, you're like, that doesn't just come from the dome, because that's too weird to just come up with. And it's just really good. It's a very simple story, but what really launches it is like the planet and the nature of it all. And it's just real good. I liked it a lot, Christopher. I liked it a lot.
Wow.
So highly recommend to anyone. If we're talking standing, I'm standing up for like 10, 12 minutes.
Ooh,
TBH.
wow. Did you ever see Blue Eye Samurai?
No, that's on my list too. I know in the boys chat.
Invincible, you seen that?
I've seen Invincible, yeah.
How does it compare to Invincible? Better, worse?
It's a different animal. Like Invincible is more like, it's different animal. Apples and oranges, I'd say.
All right. You can still compare them. But...
I kind of liked it more than Invincible, if I'm being honest.
Wow. Are they doing a second series, or is it one and done here?
Well, they're trying to get like funding for a second season, because HBO Max is a jerk, and they're like, oh, let's cut off all of our original stuff. But the creators came out with a second season trailer just by themselves and trying to get some hype for it. So of the 10 people listening here, go watch bloody Scavengers Reign on Netflix. Just put it on in the background so they pump up those numbers, just get it going. And yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, with that being said, Christopher,
Yes.
We did a poll. We asked our audience, and we gave them options. We said, hey, do you want us to watch Moana 2, or was it Hot Frosty, or Dear Santa with Jack Black, he's the devil? And what I learned from this is, if we're going to do a poll, we should put movies on there that we actually want to watch.
I don't think any of those were.
I mean, some of them are more interesting than the one we had to watch. I tell you that for free.
Oh, yeah. So it doesn't sound like you like the film.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I didn't at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Let's just go into spoilers, because if you have an inkling to see it, you've probably already seen it by the time this comes out. And for the 4 people who watch it, it's for kids. So it's like, if you want to take your kid to something, just stay home and watch Moana 1, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have a good time. Did you have a good time, Chris? Doesn't sound like it.
No, I actually took the kid to watch it in theaters, because I watched the first one this week because I hadn't seen it, and she was into it. She was like, Moana, do you want to watch Moana? And so we went. I had said my wife saw it last week and hated it. And so the 3 of us went today to see it, and yeah, not even the 2-year-old could get behind it. It's just very boring. Like, again, we're not the audience, but as far as like Disney, it's like, it's not movies I'm excited to go watch, but I'll watch it. I'm like, it's like fine. Like, it's hard for like a Disney movie to be less than like a 2-3 minute standing ovation. Like, even if it's not something I'll like put on myself, I'm like, at least, there's entertainment, good music. But this one is just so boring, and the music wasn't that good, and didn't really care for anything.
Yeah.
So
you could honestly intersplice clips from the first one onto this one, and most people wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh yeah, okay. Because it does feel a lot like the same one. They're like there's some minor plot differences, but like essentially you got, for those who want to know the story, Moana is like, she's out in the ocean trying to find other islands to find people, I guess, question mark.
Yeah, make friends.
Make friends, yeah. She finds a bowl, and she's like, oh, this is evidence that other people exist. And then you got Maui fighting a purple cloud for some reason.
Yep.
Moana, she gets struck by lightning. You remember that bit?
Yeah. That was
twice.
something.
She gets struck by lightning twice and sees demons. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
She sees demons, and the demon tells her that you got to go find other people, make friends. The sea told me to go make friends with the other people. She follows a star. She gets a crew together. Do you remember her little crew?
Yeah, a chicken, a pig, some guy that tells stories, a
grumpy old man,
engineer, and some old farmer. Quite the crew.
They're useless, TBH. They don't do anything. Also, did you notice that 2 of them have accents?
Yeah.
What's that about? Does that make any... I'm obviously nitpicking here. It's a kid's movie, but...
What, you'd think everyone on that same island that are the only humans that they've contacted their whole lives would all have the same type of accent?
Yeah, they're all from the same island.
Well,
I don't know.
It's a fantasy, okay?
All right, yeah.
Don't ask these questions.
So they meet up with some coconut monsters. You remember the little monsters, the coconuts?
Oh, yeah.
You got to meet them up.
That was definitely a Star Wars Last Jedi situation where they trying to get some extra toy sales, if you know what I mean.
For definite. They get swallowed up by a clam. They meet up with Maui. Then the Rock pulls up an island with a hook. And then Moana gets struck by lightning again.
The Rock loses his tattoos.
Oh, yeah, that was unsettling.
Yeah.
It looked weird.
Yeah.
And then she becomes a god? Is that right?
A
demigod?
I think she's a demigod, and she gets her own tattoo, and then Maui gets his tattoos back.
Yeah, and then she connects the people.
And now all the people, they all visit each other's islands, and they get a bigger axe now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that it? Pretty much
I think that's pretty much it.
I got much more cons than pros, and it's just a result of me not being the target audience. I won't be too mean on it, but a lot of it felt a lot like a straight to DVD sequel.
Well, it was supposed to be a television show.
That makes a lot of sense. I tell you what.
This is all info from my wife, so if it's wrong, blame her. But she was saying it's supposed to be a Disney Plus show, but then they're like, let's just throw it in a movie. So I think Disney officially are like, oh, this is so good, it deserves to go to a theater.
Deserves in quotes.
But it definitely, it seems like a TV show. And she's saying, like, you know, when they have the sequels and so like Aladdin, King of Thieves, or like, whatever, Bambi 2, like it's not actual, it's still Disney, but they basically contracted out to some other company that's lower budget, and they're running it. She was saying that's what they did for this, because it definitely seems more like that.
Yeah.
Definitely not as good. And the music, the other one is Lin-Manuel.
They got some funky beats.
This one, they didn't bring him back. He didn't do it.
Too expensive,
I guess, and none of the music was good. Because like normally each Disney, there's like at least one song that, you know, all the kids are singing, but like what would the song be for this, you know?
Yeah.
It didn't have that. The budget was $150. It's made, as of now, it's at 404 mil. So I mean, it's still making a bunch. Critics, do you want to guess critics and audience score?
Critics probably like a 75, audience maybe like a 60.
Critics 63, audience 87.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're the haters.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, this felt like a very YA novel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like the main character is the only special one that can save the island. And do you remember when Disney princesses, the title used to mean something?
Yeah.
And now it's like you got classic Disney princesses like Belle or Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty. I'm not saying Moana's not there, but it's like she's the princess of like 20 people.
Yeah.
She's the most popular one. That's why she became the best one. It's a popularity contest. I tell you a thing or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's the best character because she's the main character. She doesn't need no help from nobody kind of deal. I guess she needs help from Maui. Sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something I thought was interesting was when they brought the others to the island because the sea told them you got to make friends with other people. I was worried about territory wars happening there.
I know.
Gang on gang activity, because that's all will happen with new people coming in.
Pirates.
Yep. Not all the villages probably good and stuff. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't like it. I'll never watch it again.
Same.
We learned our lesson not to put the movies in polls that we don't want to watch. What would you have rather watched if we had to choose?
Probably the Snowman one.
The Hot Frosty?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, mistakes were made. You got any pros? You want to still keep crapping on it?
It's short. It's like an hour 40, so it's not super long.
I thought the animation was really good. I didn't know it was by like a studio that's like the B team, basically, but...
That's what, according to my wife here.
According to your wife, we'll see. I thought it looked good. A lot of colors, a lot of fun shapes.
Yeah.
Prizes.
They have it, so now she has a sister.
Ah, yeah.
So she has a reason, basically, to come back, because if it was just her parents, who cares, you know?
Yeah.
But, she's got a 3-year-old baby sister, you know? Oh, that's cute, you know?
I thought she was going to be a love interest for the storyteller guy.
Yeah, no such.
But, no such. Disney doesn't like to do romance anymore.
What happened to romance?
Yeah. Can you think of like the last good Disney movie?
I feel like Encanto wasn't bad. At least it had some good songs.
That was a good one. That was like 2-3 years ago.
I remember watching Soul. I only seen it once, but I remember thinking that one was fine.
I'm trying to remember.
The one with
he turns into a cat, right?
Yeah, just jazz musician or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't really seen. I never saw Wish or Toy Story.
Wish was horrible.
5 or whatever they're on. Or
Toy Story 5 is coming out next year.
Oh, that's next year. Sorry.
Goodness gracious, I tell you.
Yeah, I'd say the last real good one was probably like Tangled. I remember liking that, but it's been 10 years. But
Well, I tell you what, though, if we're done talking Moana,
yes,
we can talk some pros about getting jazzed up for next time. That being Kraven the Hunter.
Oh,
I'm excited for Kraven the Hunter.
We're talking pros on Kraven?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's Kraven, he's hunting, animal, Spider-Man.
You think Spider-Man's going to be in it? No, surely not. Surely
that'd be too good.
Mm.
That one, I'm hoping at least we'll get some good, like, violence, you know?
Is it for pirates? Is it rated R?
Oh, R? I think so. I'm pretty sure it's got, I mean...
He bit that dude's ear off.
The trailer seems very bloody and such. But maybe they pull a Venom. I don't know.
But yeah, looking forward to that one. Looking forward to it, but not looking forward to ever watching Moana 2 again.
Yep, me neither. I think I've done my talking for it.
Yes.
What's your rating here? You booing?
I'm booing for like good 2 minutes probably.
Yeah, so I was thinking a 2-minute boo.
I'd throw a popcorn at the screen, but I would feel bad about making the person afterwards clean up after me.
That's true, yeah.
Let us know. You can email us, talk to us about anything, thestalepopcornpod@gmail.com. If anyone's got some fan letters, reach out to us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Farmers Only, Facebook Marketplace,
Spotify.
What's
Amazon
another one?
Prime. Newegg.
Yep. All right. That's all I got. I feel horrible. I ate Taco Bell.
Oh, sorry, Steve. I'm sure that you've had a rough time here. Let's just end this for you.
I got bubble gut. I got hot snakes and bubble gut.
Hot snakes and bubble gut.
Oh, boy.
Thanks for listening. Have a good week.
Forget about things
Bye.
like stale
Popcorn, stale popcorn.
popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. This is the
Stale popcorn. What's this?
popcorn.
"25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill for the destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, or whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, "What's going on?" And I said, "Hey, hey, 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 what's going